Well, hi Facebook fans. Well, I can't get out anywhere. I'm out on my daily exercise today, like I'm out on my bike, if you can see it down there. So I thought I'd to put some more content up. I'll do some stories. I've travelled around the world a bit, so I thought I'd just let you know a little bit about me. Okay, anyway, this is a story about, I was in New Delhi once. It was June, it was hot, man, 46 degrees. This is a story about me going on a ride on an elephant. Anyway, I came out of the tourist camp at 7:30 in the morning. It was already 70 degrees. As I walked to the gate, I had 3 or 4 rickshaw drivers come up to me and asked me if I wanted to get in their little tuk-tuk cabs to go into town. I said no, because it's cheaper to cross the road, to flag a car down, so I'm going. Anyway, so I crossed the street. One of my mates turned up, another English guy called Andy. He said we'll get a taxi together, to go into town. So we get a taxi together going to town. Anyway, while we're standing on the side of the road, I seen this big elephant walking down the street, and then behind it was another one. It was huge, sort of dark grey, hairy. I was really surprised at how hairy they were. Big tusks, all painted up at the front, all this Indian kind of design in white, all the way down its trunk. 2 big massive tusks sticking out the front. Anyway, the first one went past me, and they're like silent. It's a big massive 10-ton beast, and they're almost silent as they go past you down the road on their big huge feet. Anyway, the second one came along, and my mate said, "Come on, Jim, let's get an elephant." So I said, "Yeah, all right then." So as the elephant closed on me, I shouted up at the driver, "Yo mate, get a go on your elephant." I said, "How much?" He said, 100 rupees. I said, "Oh, come on mate, a taxi's only 10 rupees. And he said, "Okay, 50 rupees. So I said, "Okay then mate." Hello. Hello. Anyway, so he said, "Get to the back of the elephant." He said, "Hold on to the tail and then grab my hand, as we jump up." So I held on to its tail. I've climbed up the back leg and grabbed his hand, and he's pulled me on board, and then pulled my mate up. Anyway, on the top of the elephant, there was this like a flat platform with a guardrail around, about maybe 2 feet wide. Anyway, I sat one side and my friend sat the other side, and there was the bloke driving and these little kids sitting next to him as we went up the road. Anyway, we carried on up the road. We turned off the sort of side road onto a dual carriageway. And now in India, the roads are absolutely crazy, man. You've never seen anything like it. Hundreds of cars, bikes, lorries, all kinds of vehicles that you've never seen in your life. Horses and carts all going up the dual carriageway. Some going the right way, it's on the left, the same as in England. But then there was other vehicles coming towards us, like they had their own road or their own idea of it all. Anyway, so we've gone up the road. Anyway, we were on a 10-ton elephant. So in India, the rule of the road is the bigger you are, the more road you have. And on this big, huge elephant, everybody got out of our way. Anyway, we go carrying on up the road. I'd been there hundreds of times up this road, and there was always this like a white wall with red and blue writing on, with a police sign on, and then glass on the top. But in a taxi and that, you can't see over the glass, so I didn't know what was on the other side. Anyway, this time I was on the elephant. Now, you couldn't see the elephant above the wall, but when you stood up, you could see over the wall. And in the middle of on the other side of the wall, in the middle of it, it looked like a parade ground, and there was some young police officers, girls and boys, doing drill. And with the drill sergeant had his back to me, so I was shouting, "Attention, right turn, quick march," all these different things, and then lying down on the elephant and hiding, so they couldn't, because I was below the wall, nobody could see me. Then I stick my head up, and all the people in the squad were all laughing, but the drill instructor, he hadn't seen me yet. And then I waited for him to turn around and waved, and just smiled, and they all laughed and smiled back. Anyway, we carried on up the road. As we come to the end of the dual carriageway, there was a big massive roundabout with all these Indian, like a billboards in the middle, big huge billboards with all Indian stars, pictures of Indian stars on them, with the latest movies and whatever. Anyway, we came round the corner, and we went past the bus stop. There must have been 150 people at the bus stop. Now, I remember when I was at school, I was in history class, and I hated history. In fact, I hated most of the time when I was at school. But yeah, I was in history class, and they used to go on about when the British ruled India and the Raj and all that kind of thing, and all the British officers would go riding around on elephants, and the locals would bow to them, making them feel like kings. Now, I know that the elephant's a sacred animal in India, and it's not that they're bowing to you, it's they're bowing to the elephant, you know. Anyways, but we're sitting on this elephant, me and my friend, and about 150 people at this bus stop started bowing and cheering. Some looked at us a bit funny, like we weren't allowed to be doing this, you know. And then other ones were cheering, like, in real big smiley faces, just like we were. I was waving to everyone, like doing my best royal wave, saying, yes, I'm Jim from England, I'll be your king. It was fucking fantastic, man. Anyway, we carried on down the road. Then he went over a railway line, and the elephant driver stopped the elephant and pointed in the distance. He said, look, there's Paharganj, where you want to go. I was going, yeah, mate, I want you to take me there. He's going, 100 rupees. I said, yeah, of course I'll give you 100 rupees, mate. So anyways, carried on back down the road. We come off the main road to turn left to go into this, like an off-side street. Now, Jesus, the elephant started getting bigger and bigger. You know, as the more of the buildings were coming closer to each other, the elephant was getting bigger and bigger, man. You don't realise how big it is. Then hundreds of people started coming out of all the shops, all the businesses, anything that was on the main road. Everybody came out to see us on this elephant, all, you know, giving the elephant some bananas, giving some of the people who give it money. The elephant put it in its trunk and then pass it to the bloke on top of the, you know, the driver, which was kind of cool, like. And they're all bowing and everything. We were still pretending that we were kings, like. Anyway, we go down this road. We get to at the bottom of the road, there was like an alleyway to get onto where Paharganj, to the main street where I wanted to go. Now, this alleyway was it weren't very wide, and when we got there with the elephant, Jesus, man, one side there was like a little button stall, and the other side was a cigarette stall, and the elephant was about an inch either side space, you know, between the two. I thought, it's going to take out the fucking whole street in a minute. Anyway, above us, there was all these electricity cables that had probably been up there 30 or 40 years, with all banners all attached to them. And the bloke said we had to lift the cables and the banners out of the way, you know, so the elephant could get underneath. Anyway, we're lifting these banners up. There's all insects fucking falling on my head, down the back of my neck. Like, creatures that's probably been there for fucking 25 years. Excuse me. Yeah, so anyway, eventually we got onto the main road. Now, this street, me and my mate have been hustling on this street for a year. Every kind of dodgy character you've ever met in your whole life lives and works on this road, like. So as I was going up the street, loads of people there who knew me, they're all hiding in the cafes and hiding in the shops, you know, thinking, oh, here's Jim coming up the road on a fucking elephant, you know, shouting at everyone, waving and all that. Anyway, so we got to the top of the street, and we pulled in. The driver pulled up the elephant. I said, oh, thanks very much, mate. It was one of the most fantastic experiences in my life. Anyway, I gave him the 100 rupees. I gave the little kid 20 rupees as well. And then anyway, I got down off the elephant, and I said, oh, do you want a lassi, which is this like a yogurt sort of drink that they sell in India. It's good for your belly, like. And the bloke said, no, I'm all right, mate. And then anyway, off he went. I said, oh, thanks very much. Touched the elephant. He made the elephant touch my head with its trunk, and it made me feel dead cool, man, honestly, like. Anyway, so the elephants trekked up the road. I sat down to have a lassi, and then these two young lads came over, both about 18 or 20 or so, both with like a wooden yoke with a canvas bag on each end. And I thought, oh, they've seen me get off an elephant, so I'm a prime target for them, like, you know. I said, oh, what do you two boys do then? They said, oh, we're snake charmers. Now, in India, there's a lot of snake charmers. Most of them you meet are about, I don't know, 40, 50. The snakes are about 3 or 4 foot long. You know, these black cobras with a white diamond on the back of their head that they do all the tricks and that with. Anyway, these boys were young lads, you know, 18 to 20. Anyway, this bloke, they said we were snake charmers. I said, no, I don't believe you. You're too chota, too small. And this kid, he got all upset. He put his hand in this bag and he's pulled out half a dozen bloody snakes, man, and shoved them in my face going, look, we are snake charmers. I said, all right, mate, I believe you. Then the other ones pulled out this cobra. Now, normally the cobras are, as I say, like about 3 foot long, and they've had them for 30 years. They last a long time, the snakes do, if they look after them. So it's like a job for 30 years. Anyway, this is a young boy with a young snake. So he's got the snake. He's pushing it on his hand, saying, look, no poison, no poison. I was going, right, then, mate. So I said, put it on my arm. Hi, mate. Yeah, so I said, put it on my arm. So he's put it on my arm. Now, I don't know if any of us have held a snake before. Go on, dog. I've got a dog just come up to say hello. Now, I don't know if any of you have had a snake on your arm before, but God, it's the freakiest experience, man. Anyways, put it on me, and I was being all brave and that, you know, and rock hard. And then, anyway, the snake starts to move, and it's like its whole body's moving up my arm. And then as it came round the back, it was like a normal snake with like a finger thickness. And then all of a sudden, when it came round the back, because I was shitting me bloody self, all its hood had came up. So it was just this black cobra snake on my arm looking at me, tongue flicking out everywhere, and I was thinking, fucking hell, man, get it off me, get it off me. So the kids fucking grabbed it and took it off me, like, and put it back in his thing, and I gave them 50 rupees each to say thanks for the kind of great experience, you know what I mean? Anyway, these are more, I've got more stories about India and a few other places, but I'll get back to them later. But I hope you like my story. Please like and subscribe, and turn on notifications for the next one. And if this goes any good, then I'll do some more. Okay, all right. Love you people. Bye.